And someone you sound like with leadership we've got you covered, and it's good, but you cannot do it alone, because I mean, if you're leading people and you're not following, you're just taking a stroll, your board members, the state chairman, because sometimes we just find out that these guys are not carried along and they're not doing anything. How will you carry all of them along?
See, if there's one thing I intend to do and do well, is to carry everybody along. Like I said earlier on, there were a lot of infightings in the previous board. I don't intend to make that mistake again. I intend to carry the board along. Well, at least in terms of leadership, I am from the corporate world and I'm a senior in the corporate world. So I've seen leadership play. I've seen how boards are run. I've seen how things are being done. So I'm already an experienced person. I need to carry the board along. It's not a Samuel Ocheho's show. It's a board show. The board must come together as one. So it's my duty as the president to carry everybody along.
That's right.
And up to the state level, we need to make the chairman of the state association relevant again. They need to be relevant. Otherwise, we need to separate between administrators and the technical people. The coaches, the referees are the technical people. We need to get them to begin to do those technical jobs and allow the administrators to run handball. And this will happen at the national level and also happen at the state level. When we begin to commingle all these administrators doing the work of technical doing the work of administrator, it's just a recipe for disaster. And that is part of the disaster we had in the last board. We need to move on from that and allow the technical people do their stuff, the administrators do their stuff. With that, I believe handball will be great.
Let's tackle more issues. One major issue to sports in Nigeria is funding. And now with all what handball has been through, how can we package handball to make it admirable for funding?
I agree with you. Funding is a major problem for sport, and handball is no different. That is one major goal that I intend to, because all the talk about competitions, without funding, without the right sponsorship, we will surely go nowhere. What I intend to do is actually package this game to make it more attractive. There's no point denying the fact that currently the game is down. I need partners who will develop this sport and associate their brand to, I target like what I call a most growable sport, right? It's about investing in a sport that you know has the potential to grow and take it to that growth level. And then if everybody knows your brand with the sport, there are a lot of sports that are saturated, that are already at the peak, and you can easily get sponsorship. But there are also sports that when you build it, the mileage you get from building it and making it what it becomes in the future, there's nobody that's going to take that space from you. It's like the blue ocean kind of story, right? You find your own space and carve a niche for yourself in that space. You don't want to dwell in the red ocean where there are everybody is swimming in it. Sponsors need to start thinking of carving niche for themselves in sports and see what they can make of that sport or what they can do with. And the branding, the mileage that sport can give any sponsor is tremendous. We just need to get them to realize that this mileage can be gotten from handball.
Let's talk about the national teams, because he's talking about the grassroots and why we need to start from there. At the national team, we barely even have a team. How can we put that together again?
Okay, honestly, I need to judge myself with short-term goals and long-term goals. On the short run, the truth is we have no team at the moment that can really compete. And it's not the fault of the players. The players have not seen competition, and so some of them have aged over time from lack of competition and all this stuff. The truth is we need to go back to some of the younger ones that are already, they still have a crop of young boys who can play the game very well. But on the short run, they might not be at that top standard. I can go to firstly, I'm saying I could go to competitions and not win, but I am looking at the future. I need to start building for the future. What I want to do is to make Nigeria #1 again, at least starting from Africa.
That's right.
Where we used to be at tops. So on the short run, you might not see the results. So if you want to judge me on short-term result, you might not get it. But what I intend to do is to put the right structures in place so that in 4 years, in 5 years, when I might not be there, any other person that come there will build on it, and you begin to see handball showcasing itself at the very top again. So it's a short-term goal and a long-term goal for me.
Samuel Ocheho is the president-elect Handball Federation of Nigeria, and he's been talking to us about his goals and aspirations for the sport. He says, look, whatever views you had about handball in the last 10 years, throw it away. A change has come. This is a new dispensation, new leadership in charge, and they are willing to turn things around, and they want your support. You can talk to us, be part of nation building. As regards what he is talking about, what do you think? On Twitter, channels_sports, Facebook, channels like Sports. You can also send us an email, sportstonight@channelstv.com. Let's talk about the election itself. We've seen a lot of drama. How did it go for handball?
Oh, the elections in handball went very well, I must say. I was pleasantly surprised. Everything from the zonal election to the presidential election, everything went on so smoothly. I mean, if I compare to what it was previous years, I would say that handball has turned a 360-degree cycle, and I believe that is a sign of greater things to come.
That's right. Sounds good. And what was the result again?
I think it was 31-19.
Wow. So it means at that point everybody was willing to see change come to handball. Just wait a minute. Let's go on this quick break. When we come back, Samuel Ocheho is still with us. He will continue to talk to us about ways we can develop handball in Nigeria. Don't go anywhere. Stay.